Guys, my name is Vern and I play for the Alliance GT40 and I recently got the Bastion title, like the first Bastion title in the game. And yeah, this video is I just want to share four things, mainly my account history, why I hoard crystals, the strategy that I used to get the Bastion title, as well as some shoutouts that I want to give to like the rest of the people who helped me get this title. So, account history. So, I started playing this game in 2018. I think the champion that was released was Domino, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, I started out like everyone else. I played the game. I went through like to get uncollected. I beat it was a collector, and then it was a grandmaster or something like that. And yeah, I went through like the flow of like a new player all the way to like the to where I am at today. And I think it was um yeah, I think like the total number of alliances that I played in was about 8 or 9. So I started like everyone else. I started in like a silver alliance, and then I moved on to like a gold alliance, and then I made my way to like a platinum 3 alliance, and then I went to a plat 1 alliance, and then I went to like a master alliance within like since like 2019, when I kind of played the game a bit more seriously. So it's like within COVID period, like I think everyone played the game like a little more, and I went through like different phases of playing the game. I grinded the arena. There was a period where I grinded the arena like every day. Like there were champions that I went for. Like I got like every new champion that was released like as a 5 star, I believe. So I have a record of like all the champions that I went through, but I stopped grinding the arena when like there was an issue or like of people like botting the arena, and then the scores were like too much, and it was just humanly impossible for me to meet those scores without spending units to get the champions that I wanted. So I stopped grinding arena, and I yeah, I moved on to other things in the game. So when I started, yeah, just like everyone else, I wanted to find like the game mode that I enjoyed the most. So I came to enjoy Alliance War the most. So even until today, like the game mode that I focus on a lot is Alliance War. So I do grind the arena like once in a while. I mean, just to get milestones, but yeah, Alliance War has always been my thing in the game. Like BGs like it's totally not for me. Like battlegrounds, like if you play battlegrounds against me, like I'll likely lose. So I've been consistently in Uru or Gamma or whatever is the lowest tier. I did hit Celestial once. I think it was like the first or second season, but it was too much for me, and I'm just not that good of a player. Like there are a lot of players that became extremely good in the last like 2 to 3 years. So there's no way that I could compete with them. So I play Alliance War mainly because yeah, like officers are the ones who plan out the strategy for you, and all you had to do was just to follow the strategy, play the fight right, boost properly, and yeah, and just get on with like the game. So like account history, like when I started, I think there were like two big YouTubers. Like it was just like Brian Grant and Seatin. I think these two were the only ones who were streaming regularly and telling you how to do fights and so on. Like even like BG still does it even until today. So it's always fun like seeing him move on and progress through the game. And like it's always like pretty cool, like you watching them play like master level Alliance War, and I always wanted to reach that level. So yeah, I think like Alliance War has always been something that is competitive for me, and I will continue to play Alliance War as long as the game mode still exists, as well as like having an alliance of with people that you are comfortable with. I think it's like they're all like friends right now, like everyone in GT. So like in terms of alliances that I played in, yeah, like I'll just talk about like master level alliance. So I got my first master title in season 30. I think that was like the first time I got my first master level alliance. We ended like master 14, and then after that I moved on to ISO 8A. I spent 7 seasons there, and then I moved on to JA, so like Jedi Assassins. It was a mixture of players from Kenobi and ASR, and I had a great time there. Like I think like everyone was great. Yeah, JA had a mixture of people. But yeah, like I never had any beef with anyone. I don't have beef with anyone in the Master Level Alliance. I don't think so. And then I moved on to GT. So I've been in GT since, like I've been in GT for like 10 seasons right now. So that's, I don't know, that's like 10 seasons. So that's like 1.5 years. So I moved to GT in season 42, and I always wanted to set like milestones for myself. So the first milestone that I wanted to get was War Champion. So I got it in season 42. Like that was the first time I got my War Champion title. And of course, like the next one was to get the defending War Champion title. So I got it in like season, I don't know, like season 47 or like 46 or something like that with GT. And of course, the next one is to get the undisputed War Champion, which like 3/4 of GT40 members have it. I don't. I'm currently at like 7 War Champion titles. But yeah, we're taking a break next season, so it's gonna take a while before I get the undisputed War Champion title if GT remains together, which I think we will. Like we're like a fun bunch of people. Like everyone is just unhinged. So am I actually. Some on some days. Yeah. So like alliance account, like I mean like account history. So I play, like the game mode that I play a lot is yeah, Alliance War. Um, yeah, in other game modes I'm pretty sucky at it. I I don't I don't do well in other game modes at all. And yeah, Alliance War and alliances in general is something that I focus a lot on. Like I want to fit into like a group of 30 people, a group of 29 people where I'm comfortable with. Like I can be myself, like I can follow like what the officers tell me. And GT has been, yeah, it has been great for the past 10 seasons, and it is still great. Like everyone here in GT is supportive of the stuff that I do. And yeah, everyone in GT is like, it's fantastic. Like sorry, I can't record my game because like it's just so slow right now. Yeah, everyone in GT is great except Joel. Like why did we recruit Joel? But anyway, Joel, yeah. Yeah, so account history, that's it. Yeah, so why do I hoard crystals? Well, so I play in alliances, and our main focus has always been Alliance War. There are some alliances where I played in, like in ISO and in JA, like Prestige was a thing. So I would get Prestige champions back then. And then once I got these champions, I would stop opening crystals. I'll get them and I'll max sig them. I'll either get them through the arena or I'll get them through crystals. Not by buying crystals. So I don't buy pre-release bundles. I don't spend units on crystals. Yeah, but once in a while, like I mean, if there are special events, I'll just partake in them. So I don't spend a lot in the game. So I'm not a free to play player, of course. If you look at my account, you can definitely tell that I'm not a free to play player. But I spend mainly in the two big events, so like 4th of July, and in Cyber Weekend. So I don't hit all the milestones. Like I don't buy every single bundle. I buy what's needed for the alliance, and what's needed for my account. So like a couple of Odins, sometimes like 3 Odins, and then like I'll just call it quits. Yeah, the most recent event which I spent the most, I think it was like the recent event where we had Corvus Glaive in the 7-star pool. So at that point of time, we needed 2 champions for the alliance. So we needed a werewolf, and we needed a Corvus Glaive. So like I just spent money to get those champions, and I got both of them. So that was pretty fun. It was fun for the alliance, but it wasn't fun for my for my bank. But yeah, um, so that's why I hoard crystals, because yeah, I do what's needed for the alliance, and I'll just stop right there. Like I don't need to open crystals for the fun of it, because yeah, I mean there's no thrill if it doesn't really help the alliance. And in terms of gold, like I do have enough gold. I mean I've been playing for like 8 years, and I make sure that I keep my gold enough to rank up champions. I know like gold has been a problem for some people, but it was never really an issue with me. I mean for my account, but I can't speak for everyone, of course. And yeah, so that's why I hoard crystals. Like there is no need for me to open like random crystals if my alliance officers don't ask for rank ups. So yeah, I play by what my officers want me to do. Yeah, I mean it's like it's not my game, right? Like it's the officers' game, but that's how I enjoy playing the game. Like if the alliance needs them, like if Alliance War needs a certain defender, or if they need a certain attacker, then I'll open crystals to try and target these champions. If not, like there's no point. Like I don't need to open like 5-star crystals or like 4-star crystals. I mean at this point of time in the game, because my account like it gets me by. Sometimes there are like difficult content where I need to rank up champions, like um I don't know, like like I think it's called, yeah, Spring of Sorrow, or like Eternity of Pain, and the Crucible, and all that. So sometimes I'll just rank up champions just for these events. I'll sig them up, and then that's it. Like I'll just keep the rest of my resources. So I remember when this. So I'll just talk about like my strategy, like about this event. So I remember when this was announced during a live stream, and yeah, the live stream happened when I was asleep, because it happened like 2 a.m. my time, and then I saw people tagging me like, say Vern, like just go for it. Like Vern, like just you should hit it, because like everyone in GT knows that I have like a huge stash. But I was thinking like, how am I gonna match these whales? Like I mean there are big whales in the game, but I think it came to like I did some calculations, and I realized that you can't buy your way to get crystals, because the only way you can amass like a big number of crystals is if you play by the rules of the game. Like if you play by 7-hour events, by 22-hour events, you will get crystals. So I did my calculations, and I found out like I had quite a huge, like I had a big stash of crystals. Yeah, so I will attach a forum link to my specific strategy that I used to open like, my crystals. But I did my calculations. I spoke to a few people, and they said, yeah, I think, yeah, like you should go for it. But this kind of meant that my stash would be depleted. And going forward, like I won't have the amount of crystals that I used to have for my alliance. Like, so how I played the game was like, if my alliance needed like a rank up, like for war, defense or something, I'll open crystals, I'll get the champion, and then I'm done with it. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier. But that means that, but depleting my my bank would mean that going forward, I may not be able to be as liberal with my crystal opening anymore. But the officer said that it's fine. Like I mean, like throughout the game, like if you continue playing the game, like you will get enough crystals. And well, we have like 9 others. We have 29 others to support me, and I don't have to carry the weight of like ranking up defenders. And I never did anyway. So I'm speaking in terms of like being in like GT40. So like I don't have to carry the burden. I never did actually have to carry the burden of opening these crystals. So I remember, yeah, this event, people were telling me like go for it. I remember it was Biwi that said like just go for it, like just fucking go, you know. and like to clear out my stash because my game was my game was crashing. Like it came to a point where my game was just crashing every 1.5 hours because my stash was too big. Um, yeah, like my personal account was just too big. I mean, like in terms of number of crystals. So strategy wise, I did a few things. So which I'm not on hindsight, like I'm sorry to those that I lied to. So first, I made a video that I will leave that I'm leaving GT40 like at the end of the season. So that was my previous video, and I thanked everyone. Yeah, so some people reached out to me to thank me for playing with them and asked me if I'm retiring. I said yes, I'm retiring. But actually, I had no intentions. I have no intentions of retiring so soon. But I told this to the 29 other GT40 members to tell them that, hey guys, I'm not retiring. I just want to get my name off everyone else's radar because I wanted to go for the Bastion title. Um, yeah, I didn't think that there was any point going for this event, being the number one, but I think like as the event went on, they added this Bastion title. They said that there'll be a new title, first ever in the game, Bastion, that will be above, I guess above Mythic, like maybe above Mythic. But skills wise, obviously, it's not above Mythic because yeah, Bastion is it just kind of means yeah, it means like for now. I mean, for this event, it means like how many crystals you hoarded. Like for the upcoming BG event, it kind of means like how much you spend, like how many like tokens you can buy. So this event for the crystal cleansing event, it it wasn't a pay to win kind of event. It was more of like how many crystals you had. So you could not buy crystals. You had to spend like an absurd amount of money if you wanna go for this event. So I had like like a big stash just by playing the game. Um, so my strategy was like for the 35 days, I made sure that I hit 22-hour event milestones. Yeah, again, I'll attach the link to the post, but I made sure that I hit the mark of 21 to 40%. Yeah, that gave the most amount of crystals. And then for the 7-hour event, I made sure that I just hit the rank rewards threshold, which gave you the most amount of solo event crystals. So I did all those calculations within the 35 days, just so that I could max the number of crystals that I could have. And of course, again, just look at the link in the post, the link below in the description on, um, sorry, the number of crystals that, I mean the strategy that I did to get the number of crystals, the max number of crystals. So I'm sorry. Um, the next thing that I did was, yeah, I left the alliance. In the last 3 days, I left the alliance, just to hide my score from everyone. Um, I unfriended everyone in my friends list. So sorry that I removed you, but yeah, I basically wanted to hide my score from everyone. And the GT40, like the officers, they allowed me to hide my score. And yeah, that was basically what it was. And yeah, so I left the alliance in the last 3 days to hide my score, and I basically, yeah, in the last 3 days, I think I had my score was like 120 crystals, or like 110. That was my score, and I still had about 50,000 crystals to open. But my game was like it was lagging real bad, and it came to the point where I could open only like 300 crystals, and then my game would crash. So I needed time to like just to be alone and just to open crystals. So that's what I did. And other than that, so I had this small group, yeah, like call it the inner circle, like yeah, the like this group of like 4 individuals who helped me to look through different platforms where people showed their scores, and like where people revealed like how many crystals they had. So there were numbers being thrown around like 100k, 120k, 150k, and so on. And I knew that I had an advantage because based on my calculations, I could hit 181,000 crystals. But I surpassed that number of crystals. I hit 183,000 in the end. So my final score was 183,602 crystals. So right to the last minute, I was still opening crystals, and I think like the second most, like the player, the second player. I mean, not Brian Grant. The next best player, he had a score of like, I don't know, like maybe like 150 crystals, 150,000 crystals. So I kind of surpassed my own limit as well as the second player's limit. So yeah, so thanks to these like four guys, I won't name names, but yeah, like you guys really helped me to keep track, because I couldn't, I was literally like busy opening crystals. But it came to a point where I was searching for my name on Discord and on like Line to make sure that no one was talking about me, and yeah, no one was talking about me because they thought that I retired from the game. So yeah, so a shout out, like thanks to those guys that helped me with opening. I mean, like to like keep track of like everyone else's score, because like they had access to like fans lists. Okay, yeah, like maybe I shouldn't say some more, but thanks to you guys. You guys really helped me a lot. So I'll move on to like the shout outs. So like the shout outs, like mainly, let me just look at my game. Like I think everyone in GT40, like you guys like kept my score a secret, and like all of you guys were on board with the idea that I wanted to go for the Bastion title, and none of you leaked scores. But I think some people knew that I had a big stash, and they were asking around. But that was when like my crystal score was like, I don't know, like 20,000, like 40,000. But eventually, like I opened everything up on the last day, and yeah, actually on the last day I took like a day's leave like from work just so that I could open crystals, because it was too much and my game was crashing, and I needed a day to open like these crystals. So like thank you guys. And thanks to my company for letting me take a day's leave. Yeah, so if I go through my friends, like my account, I mean like the GT40 list, like there are too many people to mention. So everyone really played a big role in helping me get this title. So like Elva, thanks for your help. Anonymous, like thank you. Fernando, like the leader of GT40, like thanks for letting me like leave the alliance, and yeah, like just for supporting me and all that. There are too many names to mention, but thank you guys for like keeping track of, or like giving me advice, or like giving me like scores of people that you knew that could be close to my score. But I never revealed like how many crystals I had left towards the end of the event. But only like the four people, the four individuals, like in the inner circle kind of thing, like they knew how many crystals I had. And yeah, everyone in the alliance like really helped me except yeah, Joel. Like Joel, I don't even like, I don't know why you're in GT40. But yeah, so yeah, shout out to everyone. Thanks for letting me get this title. And I appreciate you guys a lot. Yeah, I could go on forever and ever, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. And oh yeah, you guys wanted me to share, yeah, GT40. So I'm stuck in this alliance for the rest of my life because yeah, I got this stupid ass tattoo because like in one of the seasons I said that if we won the season I'll get GT tattooed on my fingers, and I got it. So yeah, GT. Yeah, but I mean, I have so many tattoos, like it's ridiculous. So like just adding a few words, like it won't make a difference. So yeah, so that's it. And for the rest of the video, like it's just like a snippet of me opening crystals. And if you look at the last 2 minutes, it's just me trying to load the game after the event, and I just tried to click like 6 screens, but it took me like 2 minutes. So I'm still facing that problem right now. Like the game crashes like after like 4 fights. It's just horrible. So I'm just waiting for my stash to clear. I'll sell some stuff when I have to. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I got the first Bastion title, and maybe one day I'll get the original Bastion title. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, have a good day, guys. I'll see you. Take care. Bye bye.